The war between Russia and Ukraine showing no signs of slowing down despite the diplomatic efforts to try and end it. Even on Christmas Day, the two sides continued to trade strikes as the war continued on multiple fronts. Ukraine's military claimed to have struck a big oil refinery in Russia's southern Rostov region. Ukraine used the British-supplied Storm Shadow missiles, it says, to hit Russia's energy site. In fact, residents in a town reported multiple explosions with videos on social media showing thick smoke rising near the residential areas.
6 залёвов было. Вот это добрый день в Новошахтинске. Вот это добрый день в Новошахтинске.
In fact, Russian authorities confirmed a fire at an industrial facility, saying a firefighter was injured during emergency operations but stopped short of acknowledging damage to an oil refinery. The strikes coming as Moscow reported continued military advances inside Ukraine. The Russian Defense Ministry has said that its forces had taken control of another settlement in the Donetsk region and carried out coordinated air, missile and drone strikes across several front lines, targeting military infrastructure and energy facilities.
Я же сказал, что порт, блядь. У нас тут порт есть? А, блядь. Ебать, прилетела подруга. Это не сам.
Ukraine, meanwhile, said it also hit oil storage tanks at the Russian port of Temryuk and struck a military airbase in southern Russia. Now, describing the attacks as part of efforts to weaken Moscow's combat facilities and combat capabilities, basically. Now, this is a major seaport on the Black Sea and is vital to Russia's export of oil and petroleum products. And this is why this is significant. It's also one of the important logistical support hubs for the Russian military. And even as the fighting intensified, diplomatic activity continues simultaneously. The president of Ukraine said that he spoke with the U.S. envoy, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, about ending the conflict, describing discussions around what he called realistic and lasting peace. He said follow-up talks were held later in the day between the negotiating teams. And this comes after Zelensky recently unveiled that 20-point draft peace plan, which was agreed on by the US and Ukrainian negotiators reportedly, and is being reviewed by Russia. So that's where things stand. But on the same day, the Kremlin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, said Russia is analyzing the peace proposal. The Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman has told a press briefing on Thursday that negotiations with the United States are progressing slowly but steadily. Zakharova also accused the Western European states of torpedoing the diplomatic progress. She also added that Russia is ready to formally state in a written document that it has no intention to attack NATO or EU countries. And on Friday, the Kremlin said Putin's top foreign policy aide, Yuri Ushakov, held a call with the U.S. administration after Moscow received an updated U.S. proposal on a potential peace deal, although there were no signs that a breakthrough had been reached. Now, here's the context. In the past, Russia has insisted that it is prepared to continue the fighting in Ukraine if no peace deal is reached, saying that it is confident that it can achieve its war aims through military means. But while Moscow has made progress on the battlefield, Ukrainian forces have in recent days pushed Russian troops out of the city of Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region, along with hitting the energy sites in Russia. To what extent will these battlefield developments actually play their part when it comes to the peace deal talks? Remains to be seen. For now, all eyes are on Zelensky's meeting with Donald Trump on Sunday at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, where they will be discussing the security guarantees for Ukraine. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.